Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Judy Whyte, Provost of Aberdeenshire, and I am joining you today on Holocaust Memorial Day. Every year, Aberdeenshire Council takes part in Holocaust Memorial Day with the aim of bringing people together from all backgrounds to learn more about the Holocaust, Nazi persecution and the genocides which followed, and as a result provide a meaningful opportunity to consider how we can all make our society a better place today, free from hatred, prejudice and discrimination. Today we are joining thousands of organisations, groups and individuals across the United Kingdom as we mark this important day. January the 27th is observed around the world as Holocaust Memorial Day, where we come together to remember the 6 million Jews who died in the Holocaust, those who died or were targeted under Nazi persecution, and the millions of others who were killed in genocides in Cambodia, Rwanda, Bosnia and Darfur. It was on this one day in 1945 that the largest of the Nazi concentration camps, Auschwitz, was liberated by the Red Army. It was also on this one day, 55 years later, that governments from around the world met in Stockholm and signed a declaration committing to preserving the memory of those who were murdered in the Holocaust and in the subsequent genocides. These dates are just one day of importance in history, and there are so many more for those who died or were affected by these atrocities. Days where lives were changed entirely, days spent in fear, days in horrific conditions that were undistinguishable from the next, days holding out in hope, days where some saw a loved one for the last time, or days when, for millions, their lives were taken. The root cause behind these days, the racism, hatred, discrimination, prejudice and intolerance, were not just the result of one day or one person. These insidious beliefs were allowed to grow, encouraged and promoted over years. And while there were days where things began to change for the better, we know that sadly these days, here and now, where people are still impacted by wrongful beliefs, we must keep working towards a better future so that one day there is an end to genocides, hate crimes and discrimination. Taking part in Holocaust Memorial Day is one way of helping us to remember and to reflect. It is an opportunity to learn from the scars on humanity and to understand why we must stand up against these evils. Each year, people from across the United Kingdom take part in a national moment for Holocaust Memorial Day. At 8 p.m, people across the nation will light candles and put them safely in their windows to remember those who were murdered for who they were, and to stand against prejudice and hatred today. And with what is happening in the world today, it is more important than ever before to learn from the past and hopefully rid the world of all prejudices and hatred for future generations. Across Aberdeenshire Council, the learning is being extended where our library service has put together a comprehensive range of resources where we can continue our learning on these events. You can access these over at Live Life Aberdeenshire's homepage in the news section, where there are digital display collections for junior readers, young adults and adults alike. Library members can download or reserve a physical copy of any of the titles from the displays. The junior and young adult digital displays are also being shared with our library and secondary schools to support class learning. The library service also have physical displays in a number of the libraries, so please drop by and have a look. Within our schools, there is a range of learning taking place, such as pupils who are participating in the History for Today programme organised by the Anne Frank Trust. These involved learners being trained by a member of staff from the Trust to deliver exhibition tours of a mini exhibition set up in school about Anne's life and the Holocaust. S6 pupils participating in the Lessons from Auschwitz project organised by the Holocaust Educational Trust. This is a one-day visit to Auschwitz, Poland, and as part of the project, the pupils will share what they have learned with others in the school and the wider community. They will write an article for the school newspaper about their visit and why they believe it is so important to continue learning from the Holocaust. They will also be in the school podcast in the lead up to Holocaust Memorial Day to discuss the importance of Holocaust commemoration and what they learned from the project. S2 pupils are designing poster presentations on different genocides, Bosnia liberation of Auschwitz, Cambodia, Rwanda, and the use of language and rhetoric to inflame division. Each classroom will be given an electronic tea light to keep on the day, and will have a lesson on the theme of Holocaust Memorial Day, where everyone will be given an outline of a hand, where pupils can write ways in which they will make society better, which will be interwoven between the presentations and poems. Senior pupils attending a talk from a survivor of the Holocaust will produce a presentation on their experience. Work on survivor stories and writing a poem based on the experience of a survivor story, and they will be displayed with the other displays produced by students. If you would like to find out more about Holocaust Memorial Day or want to be involved yourselves, there is a wealth of resources and information at the Holocaust Memorial Day Trust website, which is hmd.org.uk. To round things up, a final word from me. We must remember and honour those who have suffered, not just during World War II, but the genocides that have happened, and to use our learning as a vehicle to prevent atrocities happening in the future. As a starting point, we have to eradicate racism, hatred, discrimination, prejudice, exclusion and intolerance in our society, which in turn will help us to create a safer and better future for all. Please join me in a pledge to help create this safe and better future, not just within Aberdeenshire, but wider. Thank you once again.